Hi, YouTube. How are you doing? Hi, Facebook. How are you doing? Say hi if you come on. Say hi. Comment hashtag replay if you're watching the replay so I can see how many people watch after I post this. Alrighty? Alright. Hello, guys. I tried to put the iPad thing up a little higher so you can see my face better instead of me having to bend down to see my face. But then I tried to lean it forward a little bit without it too forward and having the iPad fall off the stand so you can still see the pot. So if you're coming on or if you're on here, let me know. You can see the food in the pot. Now, I do not see the star comment pinned. Nope. So that means my comments will have problems. So I will have to refresh every so often just to see any comments. Okay, because I see none right now. Now, when I refreshed, the comment for you to subscribe and the link to you click on to subscribe showed up, and the star comment showed up. Not the pin one, but just the one that shows up in the comments. So, okay. So let me. All right, the Cash App is on YouTube, guys. Cash App is on YouTube. Okay? Alrighty, so now I'm going to put. Hold on, guys. Alright, guys, you can probably hear my dogs in the background. Alright, there's the Cash App. I'm going to pin that. Normally it will pin, but I won't see it. You guys will only see it because something's acting up. And this has been doing this more often than not. So I need to, I don't know, Facebook, Meta, I don't know who I contact, but I got to contact somebody and find out what's going on because this shouldn't happen when it does. It happens more often than it doesn't. So I got to find out what's going on. Oh, shoot. I hate it when I go to paste my Amazon wish list, it always says autofill. I already copied it, but okay, so let's hope that it works this time. Because it usually works the second time. No, it says autofill. Guys, I don't know what's going on. It usually, when I paste, when I copy on my phone, oops, wait a minute. When I copy on my phone, it usually can paste to my iPad. So let's see. Still says autofill. All right, hold on, guys. Hold on. I know you can't see me, but hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I know you can't see me, but hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I know you can't see me, but hold on. Hold on, guys. All right, you should see it now because I pasted it on my phone. Pasted it on my phone. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay. So, hi, me. How are you doing? How is it going? All right. So, what I'm going to do is, well, no, that may not work. I turned I silenced the volume, but I was going to keep it on my phone so I could see any comments that come up. But that's not going to work because I need to get back to the recipe. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read you the ingredients. And I'm doubling it, so just remember that. So whatever I say is going to be double for me. Okay? So it's 1 pound of ground beef, 2 tablespoons of butter, 4 cloves of garlic minced, 1 medium onion finely chopped, 1 teaspoon of dried Italian seasoning, half a teaspoon of salt, a fourth of a teaspoon of black pepper, half a cup of beef broth, 1 cup of heavy cream, half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 8 ounces of pasta, penne or penne, or spaghetti works well. Fresh chopped parsley for garnish. Now, for the 1 pound of ground beef, I'm getting the pasta out while I'm talking. All right, guys, give me a second here. Just give me a second. Okay, so it says 1 pound of ground beef. So as you know, like I said, double, I'm going to put 2. But when we were in the store, I saw something that was like 3 pound roll. Well, I always see a 3 pound roll of ground beef, but it was 80/20 and it was $12. The 80/20 straight up ground beef was $17. So this was $12 because it was ground beef mixed with ground pork. So partly ground beef and partly ground pork. So we decided to try that because I bought 2 3 pounds because that's what they had there. Okay? So we are going to go with, turn it on. Okay? And it says, and I'm going to read the ingredients as I go. So it's 1 pound of ground beef and 2 tablespoons of butter. Just remember, I'm going to double what I say. So if I say 2 tablespoons of butter, I'm going to put 4. Now, it says, the first step says, in a large pot, melt the butter over medium heat, add the ground beef, breaking it up with a spatula. Cook until brown, about 5 to 7 minutes. So y'all know how to cook ground beef. So it says, and I don't know why sometimes recipes say put 1 tablespoon of oil or this amount of butter. Why do you need oil and butter when that ground beef already makes grease? You know what I mean? But I'm going to put it anyways. Okay, I'm not going to overdo that. 2. I'm going to put 4 because I put it around. I was supposed to put it in first, but I was separating some ground beef with the pork. So I just left out these 2 pounds and I put it in the pan. Okay? So I'm just rinsing the spoon. Okay. Okay, so, alrighty. So we're going to melt the butter. We got the ground beef, and we are going to break it up and cook it until it's browned. And then the second part says add the garlic and onion and cook for another 2 minutes until fragrant and softened. Now, in between that, it did not say drain. So we'll see. Maybe some don't need to be drained. Maybe the recipe doesn't. Wait, where? Doesn't need you to drain it. It's okay if the grease is in there. Or sometimes it may help. So that's what I'm thinking. But we'll see how much grease or whatever is in here. Because of the butter, they may want that buttery flavor still stay in there. So that could be it too. Okay. All right, 1 second. Oh, I was like, I took out a Sprite earlier. Well, it's a Twist. My HEB's cheap brand. It's good though. Now, I usually break it up with the meat smasher, but I'm going to try it with just a spoon today. So I don't have to clean that. Now, if it gets, like if it wasn't getting right, then I would. Yeah, it's okay. It's much softer because it's got the pork in it. So who uses, comment below, do you use ground turkey or ground pork or ground whatever instead of ground beef, or in mix with it so you use less ground beef? And if you do, why do you do that? Because you like the flavor and it tastes better? Or because you're doing it because the price is cheaper? Even if the price is cheaper, I still gotta like it. But yeah, I've had ground turkey before. The taste is okay. I just want all, but so we're doing this because it was about $5 cheaper. And if I got 2 rolls, that's $10. So that would have been $10 more on the grocery thing. So, and when you break it up, it looks like just mush. But it'll brown up, okay? I like the one pots because you only have to use one pot. Okay, so we're letting it cook up. It's on medium high like always. Okay? So we're going to let it go until it browns, and then we're going to add garlic and onion. Okay? So the onion says 1 medium onion. I'm just going to throw in some from this bag that was frozen. And the garlic says 4 garlic cloves. So you can cut up 4 garlic cloves and put them in there fresh. Or you can use this like I always do. 1 teaspoon is 1 garlic clove. It says ready to use, bold, savory flavor, no GMO ingredients. Now, I don't know if it says it on here. Well, yes, it does, because it said it on my little bottle. I was using the little bottle, but this is better because I use a good amount of this. 1 teaspoon equals 1 clove. Okay? But sometimes recipes don't even say 1 clove or 2 cloves. It just says 1 tablespoon. So then you would just see how many teaspoons equal how many teaspoons equal a tablespoon, and if it said 3, then there would be 3 garlic cloves. But when it comes to that, I just put in what I want, a little less or a little more than what it says, depending on what it says. That's just me. And all these seasonings, I will still remember. It says 4 garlic cloves, so that would be 4 teaspoons. So now it's going to be 8 teaspoons because I'm doubling it. But I'm probably not going to put 8 teaspoons. No. 1 medium onion, so I would put 2 onions, but I'm not going to do that either. And the Italian seasoning And the salt and pepper, they all say 1 teaspoon, half a teaspoon, a fourth of a teaspoon. I am just going to sprinkle it in. Okay? And this is regular salt that I'm using because, oh crap. I just dropped it into the grease and the pan. Crazy me. There's no more. I don't have any more in the cupboard. A friend of mine, well, she's a follower, but I consider her a friend. Back in, I think it was before I was in that hotel. I can't remember exactly. She had bought me a couple of things, but one of them was this salt and pepper thing. It takes batteries. Yeah, they do have some that you can charge. But she got me this one. Oh, I was so happy. And I don't know if it came with it or she paid separate, but I got a bag of the salt and pepper stuff to put in here. There's a little bit of pepper left in the bag that I'm going to fill this up with. But there's no more salt. So I went to look at the grocery store, my H-E-B and Walmart. I didn't find the ones that's supposed to go in here. So I found it on Amazon. So shortly here, I'm going to order it from Amazon, the salt and pepper. And then on Temu, they do have one of these. They got a silver one and a black one, but I'm going to get the black one since I already have black. Just one. So I can start putting my pink salt in there too. I mean, I have a big thing of pink salt here that I twist, and I'll use that up first, but yeah. So, and as you stir in this, keep breaking it up, because as it cooks, sometimes it clumps together. So just keep breaking it up as you stir. And you guys probably know all this. I'm just saying this as a cook. And remember, I'm not one of those fancy chefs on TV. I don't know all that fancy stuff. If I had to go onto a show where I had to pick my own meal to cook, like they say, I would not be able to do it because I'm not like that. I am not very good with cooking without a recipe. Even if I made up the meal and it's my recipe, I sometimes might, with my memory, I would probably forget. So I'd have to make sure I wrote it down and I'd have to refer back to it, even though that's my meal. So, yeah. And I'm not good at knowing what you can blend together that would be good. Oh, these two, you mix these two ingredients together and they have the most amazing flavor if you mix them together. This goes good with this and it'll give it it'll take it to the top with the flavor. I don't know all that kind of stuff, you know? So, but I'm going to try one day to try to come up with my own recipes if I can. And once I figure it out, then I will come up with a name for it. And most of my seasonings will probably be to your liking. And when they tell you how much ground beef or how much chicken to use, it's probably based on a certain number of servings. You know? Yes, and it's got a good amount of grease plus with the butter. So yes, I'm going to dab some out, but I'm not going to dab it all out. Okay? Okay, so let's do this. Okay. Now, if you look at the comments, the first comment has the ingredients, and then you click see more, And then you'll see the instructions. It's not like a link. Okay? So, and I will kind of, you back it up. Kind of show you the video. That's what it's kind of going to look like. Except, it won't be that spaghetti. It's going to be penne or penne, however you say it. Okay? Alrighty, so, and we're going to put some Parmesan cheese in there. I've got some in a little cup. I didn't know if that was still good, so I got another bag. But I'm going to take it out when I need it out because I don't want to keep the cheese out. And anything refrigerated, I try to put away as soon as I'm done using it. Okay? So, it says total time, 30 minutes, 20 minutes cooking, and 10 minutes prep. I don't know what you're prepping, but it's going to take me more than that because of my talking and stuff, on live. But normally you can get it done in 30 minutes or so. Okay, because it's already been 21. And it's going to go fast as soon as this ground beef is done. Ground beef / pork. All right, let's see if anybody... Are you still on here, me? Let me refresh my comments and see if anybody else has come on or made any comments. Check it out. That's good, me. It is one pot creamy beef and garlic buttered pasta. So it's going to be ground beef, pasta. It's going to be a garlic butter pasta. Okay? That's what it is. Why did I do what? Pour the ground beef, but why did I put butter in the ground beef? I don't know, because the instructions said to, but I really didn't need to, because it already creates its own grease. I know. Sometimes it tells me to put olive oil in before I put the ground beef in. And I'm like, why? Because it makes enough grease of its own. So I don't put it in. But today I did, because it was butter, and I just wanted to give it a buttery flavor. So it's about done. So I'm going to... Maybe it wanted some of that grease in the rest of the meal. I don't know, because it didn't tell me to strain it. Don't worry about that. That's the light above our stove. It always does that. So I'm going to dab some out, and I'm going to leave some in there, okay? So I won't get it all out. Okay? All right. Oh, oops. It's over here. I kept looking for the little bit more out, and then we go on to the next step. Come on, invite some people. Let's get, if you come on here, invite some people to watch it, and please share this live. You can share it if you're on the actual live. You can share it now. Just click share and share it to your timeline. If you're watching the replay, just click share. Okay, and if you want to be notified when I go live, on the right side, top or bottom, some people's it's top, some it's bottom. Click the three dots. And near the bottom of that list that comes up, it'll say turn on live notifications. If it says turn it off, that means they're already on. But if it says turn it on, that means click and turn it on. And if you want to see me more often, get more notifications at the top where it says add me to your favorites. You can add me to your favorites and you'll get more faster notifications of my stuff. But you don't have to add me to your favorites. It's up to you. Okay? All right. All right, there's a little bit of grease with the butter in here. So we're going to leave that. Now we are going to put the onion and the garlic. And once we put the onion and the garlic, okay, I have to keep going back because it closes out. Once we put the onion and the garlic, 1 medium onion, 4 cloves of garlic. All right, I just repeat that as I use it, but I'm going to double it. So that would be 2 medium onions and 8 cloves of garlic. But like I said before, I am not going to put 2 medium onions. I'm just going to put some from the bag. And the garlic, I may put 4 to 6, but not 8. Okay? I like garlic in my food, but I don't like it like that. Okay? So you can put more or less if you choose. Okay? And then as soon as I'm done, I'll put it right back in the freezer. Hold on, I dropped some onion. And I want to pick it up before my dogs try to eat, especially Jazzy. She likes to do that. Brownie would smell it and would back away. But because they're not supposed to have onion. Yeah. So, with that being said, let's get this in there. And I always take it and I squish it against the side because I don't want that much liquid from the bottle in there. All right, that's good enough. Okay, done with that. Now I got the parsley. That's for the garnish later. Okay, so now 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes until the onion and the garlic is soft and fragrant. Like you can smell it. And you go like this. Okay? Let's refresh the comments. If you are here and didn't hear me, comments are not working again. So I got to refresh them. I got to refresh it every few minutes. And then if somebody commented it, I will see it. It'll come. Okay? Smack it. But it's better when I have the light on, but I hate the flashing. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Now, let me know if that's annoying. Or is this any better? Me, if you're still on here, or anybody else is on here, let me know if it's better with the light off or the light on. You won't get that flash. It says 2 people are on here, but I only see 1 person commenting. So if you're the second person on here, please say hi. You don't have to comment the whole time. I just want to see who it is so I can say hi. Now, it's a little darker on top of the stove, and it's better to see the food when that light's on. But I turned it off for like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, or maybe. It'll stop it blinking for a little while. So when I turn on the live and get ready to go live, the star comment is always pinned. The star comment is always pinned. You'll see it in the comments. It says, you can support me by sending stars. Stars help me earn money to make more content. I appreciate each and every one of you. What else does it say? I'm trying to click on the see more, but it's not bringing it up. But yeah, it says all that. And it says it in the comments. I just have to, as soon as I come on, I have to refresh it right away to get that comment and the comment with the link to my to subscribe. But if it's in the comments but it's not pinned at the bottom, then I know I'm going to have problems with my comments. But if I can see it pinned at the bottom with the little pins in, then I know my comments are going to work fine. So it wasn't pinned today, so I know the comments are not going to work right. So I have to keep refreshing them. Okay, guys? And when I pin my Cash App, I know I'm not going to be able to see it pinned, but you guys will. But I'll know it's pinned because if I click it a second time, it'll say unpinned. That's how I know it's pinned. Okay? So if you're on here, please say hi. You don't have to comment a lot or at all. Just hi, so I can see who it is and I can say hi back. Okay? So, let's do this. All right, so the next step says stir in the Italian seasoning, salt, and pepper. Okay? Now, the Italian seasoning is 1 teaspoon, the salt is half a teaspoon, and the black pepper is 1/4. Okay? I don't measure, because if I was doing it, I would do 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of black pepper because I'm doubling it. But just so you know that. But I'm just going to put in whatever. It's probably going to be a little more than 1/4, I'm gathering. So I'm going to guesstimate and do what. You can put more or less of whatever they call for. Okay? Salt. So I'm going to go slowly because I have this. And at the end, you can always taste it to see if it needs more salt or more whatever. Okay. The Italian seasoning. It's McCormick. You can get the cheap brand if you need to. I do have a few. Brands that are not McCormick. Okay, there we go. Like I have, like this ground ginger. It says HEB. That's my HEB store. So sometimes I'll get the store brand or something else. If I can find it and it's cheaper. It smells good already with that salt and pepper, especially the Italian seasoning and garlic and onion. Just all the smells of everything. Okay? So we got that done. Now, pour in the beef broth and bring it to a simmer. Let it cook for about 5 minutes to reduce slightly. Okay? We want to reduce the beef broth slightly. So it's half a cup of beef broth. Let me double check. Half a cup of beef broth. I'm going to go ahead and put in a cup because I'm doubling it. So I got to move some stuff so I can get to my. I only had 2 cans of beef broth. I thought I had bought the 32 ounce, but I forgot to buy it for this recipe because I wasn't. Oh, I forgot to plug it back in. I wasn't sure what the amount was, and it was only half a cup. So now I checked it right before so I could emergency send my husband to the store across the street to Walmart to get some. But anyways, it's only half a cup, so it's a cup for me. All right. And like I said, this beef broth in the can is only 1 3/4 cups. Okay? 1 3/4 cups. That's all it is. So let's get that in there. Okay? Usually I would put it straight away into the sink, but I'm going to leave it out here. for the heavy cream. So it says we're going to bring the beef broth to a simmer, and then we're going to let it cook for about 5 minutes to reduce slightly. So I'm going to leave it. I was going to turn it down, but I'm going to leave it on 8 until it simmers. That means a slight boil. And then bring it to a simmer. And then I'm going to turn it down a little bit, and then you let it go for 5 minutes. Okay? There is not too many people that do their cooking lives live. A lot of them will record it on video and then edit it and take out the other points. So a whole meal or a whole recipe that somebody has cooked is only 10 or 15 minutes long, or maybe even less than that, depending how they do their video. Now, I'm not good at doing that. So even when I started, I used to pre-record because I didn't think about live. And I had a hard time learning how to edit. So if the video was an hour long, you would get an hour long. The pre-record was an hour, you'd get an hour because I didn't know how to edit. And it's been 3 years. Let me see. The end of January will be 3 years, and I still don't know how to edit. Been trying to learn, but it's hard. Or I'm slow. All right, who's on here? Let's refresh the comments and see if we get anything. Okay, let me make sure y'all can see me too. Anybody gonna come on YouTube? Okay, make sure you see my face and just not my back. Okay, nobody. My husband just turned it on, but that's it. Babe, I got to figure out what's going on because it's too many times lately that the comments are not working for me. Ooh. And then I got tea for dinner because that'll probably be done. And this is Monday, my husband's off, so that's why dinner is this time. So I got 45 minutes before the show I watch starts. So all right, it says one person is watching. Can you say if you're not me? Can you say hi so I can see who you are, who's on here, and say hi back? Me, if it's you, please say you're here or I'm here still or something so I can know it's you. And I don't say it all the time because I don't want to sound redundant, but I'm going to say it this time because I only say it every once in a while. If you'd like to send stars, it'd be greatly appreciated. And the last time I looked at my the amount that I was making, because you can keep up with that, I don't know if they meant for this month or did they mean for last month. But it said I have to get more subscriptions, stars, and more stuff because my balance was less than $2. There was only $1 something. And I've been trying for almost 3 years, busting my butt, trying to make this work. And 3 years have almost gone by. The end of January will be 3 years. And I have not gotten above $10. And if I even get $10, And this time I'm so low they can't even send me money. It has to be a minimum of $5. So what is it that I'm doing wrong? I'm trying everything. Yes, I need to go live more on my regular live, not my cooking live, but my regular live. I need to go live more on there, especially on my other channel. Since I do cooking lives here, I consider that my lives. But even back some months or a year or so, whatever, when I was doing regular lives, like I had them going every day, I would do a live on this channel, then a live on Elizabeth's Life, and then this one I would take turns every other day. And I had it set for a certain time every day, and I would be consistent with that. And I still didn't make any money. And I try to post some stuff and keep posting content. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And there is some people that will be willing to help you learn, but you have to pay them money. I don't have money to pay anybody. I'm using this so I can make money because I like to do it. You got to like to do this too. You can't just sit there and try it and keep working on it to make money if you don't like doing this. It's like, oh, I got to go live again today. No, you can't have that kind of attitude. If you don't like it, then, because I talked about going live and becoming a content creator. I even told some of my friends I had when I was working for this one company back in 21, 22, and they were like, oh yeah, I'll follow you, and blah, blah, blah. And, I didn't get started till the end of January in 23. And if you're new, my first video was on YouTube because YouTube was going to be it. That was it. I was just going to keep doing Facebook like normal, and YouTube was going to be my content creation. Then all of a sudden I decided to make this page be monetized, like a business thing. So I turned it into that because there's a way you do it, So, and then I think when I started, did I already have my second page? I'm not sure because I started a second page, which I have no clue why I did that. I could have just done one page. But anyways, I started going live on that page, but nobody barely would come on there. So I stopped going live and I just went live sometimes on this page. Then when I got into the content creation and I made both pages, a content creator, I started taking turns going live on there, and now I try to do stuff on both pages. Now, I kind of wish I didn't make that second page and focus just on this page, but I've been trying to find out how to combine two pages into one, but I don't know how. And if I did that, I would give several weeks notice so I could tell people who are following me on my second page to please, if you're not following me on my main page, please do, because I'm going to close this page down, or I'm going to combine it. Because if I can find a way to combine it, I don't know if all my followers that are not already following on this page transfer over. I don't know that. Because I've been trying to change my name on this page. Instead of just Elizabeth Gibbs, I've been trying to make it the name I have on Facebook. On YouTube. Okay? When you look at the I don't know, not hashtag, but the link that takes you to my YouTube, it'll say at EG Baby Girl, Supergirl, or something like that, 4522. Okay? That's what it said the whole time, from the beginning. I changed the name to Family Cooking with Liz. Family Cooking with Liz. And at EG Baby Supermom or whatever, 4522 is still in the link. So, because that's the way it is. Okay? But the actual name is Family Cooking with Liz. And I've been trying to make this main page that same name. but I haven't figured it out. Okay, so this has reduced. I've been talking and I didn't notice that it simmered and it has reduced. I didn't even put it on for 5 minutes, but I've just been stirring it and talking. So let's see. My phone goes black. So I have to go back to Facebook Cooks. Oh, goodness sakes. I put making this today, so the recipe should have gone to the top of the group, but it didn't do it again. Just like when I did my chicken noodle soup, it was on Facebook Cooks. When you make a comment, it should bump to the top, but it didn't. So anyways, this comes from Facebook Cooks. If you're a part of my Facebook Cooks group, you can find it on there. Just put in the name of the recipe, 1 pot creamy beef and garlic butter pasta, and it will come up. Okay? And my chicken noodle soup that I made on Saturday, it's on here too. It's a crock pot soup. But okay, I think there's a couple of other chicken noodle soup recipes that come up along with the crock pot one that you can use if you'd rather do just on the stove. Okay? Okay. So now, the next step is add the uncooked pasta to the pot, ensuring it's covered by the sauce. Add a little extra water or broth if needed. Cover the pot and check the pasta according to package directions. Usually about 8 to 10 minutes, stirring occasionally so it doesn't stick. But wait a minute, we missed a step. After it reduces slightly, I want to add heavy cream and Parmesan cheese. Stir to combine until the sauce thickens and becomes creamy. About 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, I forgot that step. So the heavy cream, 1 cup, so I'm going to put 2 cups in since we're doubling. This thing is not, usually I don't have a hard time opening this. Hey, I got it. It normally doesn't take, it's not that hard to turn this. I don't know. So let's put 2 cups in here. And you can use the same measuring cup you use for the beef broth. And if you have, you can use a can, since it's only half a cup or 1 cup, depending if you double or not. So I still have some left. I have about 3/4 left. So if I need to put any more in here to make sure the pasta's covered. So here we go. Just eyeball it when you pour extra beef broth in there. Put that in there, okay? So let's stir it up. Get it all mixed in there. Okay? The Parmesan cheese, half a cup. But I'm doing a full cup. Let's see. I bought an 8-ounce bag yesterday. Hold on. Okay. I thought I had some in a container. So I was looking for it. And I do. Sorry guys, it's just was way in the back, hidden. This is a 10-ounce. You can get this from Sam's. Let's see. Expiration date, January 26th. January 3rd, 26th a year. Okay? So 1 huge handful is a cup. So let me stir that and see what we get. And we want to do it for, stir until the sauce thickens and becomes creamy. 3 to 4 minutes. So, stir this. Oh, shut my refrigerator. Okay. Just a little bit more. Just eyeball it. Not too much because you don't want to overdo it because then it'll be so thick and like gooey and like goopy and it won't work right. If you add too much cheese to a sauce. Okay? Turn it off for just a second. Okay, I put it on for 4 minutes. It says 3 to 4, but I'll keep watch. Until it becomes thickens, it becomes creamy. As soon as that's done, we're going to add the cooked pasta to the pot, ensuring it's covered by the sauce. So if we need to add some more beef broth or water, it says add a little extra water or broth. I'd rather add broth for the flavor. It is 50% less sodium. Okay, and it says 8 ounces of pasta. We're putting 16 ounces, which is a whole pound. But this is 2 pounds. So about half the box. Okay? There is a 2/3 cups dry, and there's 16 servings. So if I wanted to make it exactly half the box, I could take 2/3 cup and dump 2/3 of pasta in here 8 times. Because it's 16 servings for the whole box, and half the box is 8 servings. Now, I could do that. Because the box has not been opened, so it's a new box. Let me see. Now, I only have a 1/3. So if I did that, I'd have to do it 16 times. Because 2 of them would make 2/3, and that's just 1 serving. So I'd have to do it 16 times to make 8 servings. And I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to eyeball half the box, okay? Because I've been seeing 2 and 3 pound boxes of different pastas. So when I see that, I get them. So it'll last me a lot longer instead of having to buy 2 or 3 boxes separately, you know. But the Walmart brand pasta comes usually, well, yeah, it'll come in these boxes because these boxes are, it says great value, the blue box. And yes, they're the ones that you can see 2 or 3 pounds in. I had some that were 3 pounds. This one's 2 pounds. Now, I'm going to close this. Okay. Now, let's see. Add a little extra water or broth to make sure if the pasta's not covered. Now let's see. And it says cook it according to the package directions, the amount. It says 10 to 12. So we are going to cook it, boil uncovered. So we don't have to cover it. But we are going to do it for 10 minutes. Check it. And if we want an additional minute or 2 to make it softer, we can do so. Okay? And then once that's done, I'll remove it from the heat and I'll garnish it with parsley. You know, This much, because it says to use penny or penne, whatever you guys want to call it, or spaghetti noodles. Those are the two best ones to work with this meal. That's what that says. But I say if you want to use rotini or something else, go right ahead. Okay? Each to their own. But yeah, it does look good with the spaghetti, but I just didn't feel like using it. Trying to see if this is sticking. It's not too thick. So I'm just going to put a little bit more cheese in. Okay, that's it. And if you would like, and it does not say that in the instructions, I'm just saying it. If you would like to sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top when it's done, sprinkle the cheese and then sprinkle the parsley. So remove it from the heat, sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top, and then sprinkle the parsley. You can do that if you want, because I thought it was a good idea. So when I come up with ideas that I think are good for the meal to add to, I will mention it, and I'll let you know if I decide to do it. But I will mention it, and if you don't like that idea or don't think you want to do it, then don't. But I just mention it in case y'all think it's a good idea. Okay? Okay, so let's see. Well, it says boil uncovered on the box of pasta, but in the instructions for the recipe it says cover the pot. So we're going to cover it. Okay? And it doesn't say what to put it on, because normally when you boil pasta, you just leave it on high or 8. So I'm going to I have it on 7, because it's already boiling. And if you add the extra water or broth, if needed, it will probably boil up with this quickly because it's already really hot. Okay? So let's put the pasta in. Okay, we're going to put the pasta in. Let's see. Nobody's on YouTube, all right? So. And you would think half of this box is about right here, but the pasta doesn't start till it only goes up to here. So half would be a little less than what half the box from here to here. So if half is here of the box, it would probably be down here because the pasta doesn't start till down here. You know. Oops. All right, that's enough. No more. Okay. Mix it up. And I'm going to go ahead and use beef broth. It's not water because I don't want to water it down. I want flavor. So let's see. Let's just add a little bit. And I'm going to put the whole thing. It was only 3/4 left. Okay. And if I needed more, maybe I'll add a little bit of water because I don't want to open a whole can just for a little bit more. Okay, so spread it out. Yeah, spread it out evenly flat so you can get it into the... And I'm going to use some hot water so it can boil with it faster. I don't want cold water to cool it down. So I'm going to just put a little bit more water. Because I don't want to open another. Okay, mix that in. Okay, and when this is done, this is when you can taste it and see if there's enough salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning and whatnot. Okay, so let's flatten it evenly. And like I said, it says 10 to 12 minutes. We're going to start out with 10 and then taste a piece of pasta and see. Okay. 10 minutes, start. Put the lid on. I was just rinsing out the measuring cup because it had heavy cream in there. All right, so we are going to put some stuff away to make room on this counter. So, whatever we don't need. Okay, I'm going to put the cheese away. Now, if anybody, you're watching the regular or you're watching the replay, if y'all were watching or watched the replay of the chicken noodle soup and saw me mention at the beginning about how just for brightness or boldness, you can add a little bit of, hold on, I'm going to sneeze, of lemon juice. That's what the instructions said. I had taken the lemon juice out and I said, oh, I'm going to put it away because it's got to be in the refrigerator. I said, I'm going to put it away and I'll take it out at the end and put some in there. I wanted to do that. You know, I just realized I forgot to do that. Yeah. So, yeah. So, who's on here? It says 2 people. Are you still on here, babe? My husband fell asleep, but he still may have it like on his phone. But who else is on here? Let me know. Let me know if you're on here. Let me know. All right, look, I'm refreshing the comments in case someone said hi or it says so-and-so is watching. Okay, let's see. My husband only said, hi, baby, love you. He said, hi, baby, love. And he's like right there on the couch. But, yeah. So, let's see. Okay, so it'll be good for a little while before it starts blinking, then I'll turn it off. Oh, I forgot to. Okay. This can away. Yeah, I'll have to get the next time I shop, which will probably be next payday. This payday is done. I'm gonna have to get some more beef broth and chicken broth. Well, at least canned chicken broth. Because my plan was cooking today. I was gonna cook Friday. I have a recipe for Friday. It is crock pot chicken, green beans, and potatoes. Okay? Then I realized that Thursday is Thanksgiving. Yes, we will be cooking something small. It's just me and my husband. We tried to see if my son and his friend, we know his friend. He grew up with us. But anyways, wanted to come over. Now, Malik, my son's friend, doesn't mind coming over. My son doesn't want to because, first of all, he don't care about the holidays. He could care less. Second of all, spending hours upon hours here would act up his allergies real bad, sneezing, itchy eyes, and his eyes sometimes get swollen because he's allergic to the dogs real bad. So when he does come over, he's only here for about an hour, 2 the most, to do some laundry, and that's it. But they're trying to get another apartment. I think they might get it, but if they get it, it has washer and dryer hookup, so they're going to be looking for a cheap washing machine and dryer, so they won't be needing to come over here as much. Not at all. And my son once in a while will come over and see if he can get something to eat. he'll ask me, can you come get me? Can I get something to eat? Because they don't have any food at the house. So, five minutes left. 5 minutes. Oh, and talking about, not getting anywhere with the monetization, making money on Facebook, and not, having many followers. It's the same thing with YouTube, because YouTube was supposed to be my thing too. I have 96 subscribers on YouTube. 96. It's almost been 3 years and I only have 96 subscribers. Now, for a long time, it got up to like 70 something, and I think it was staying there. But now it's at 96, almost 100. So, come on, YouTube. If you see this video and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. Or give me some ideas on what I can do to pick this up. I know I need to come on here more often on YouTube, live too. Because the only time I come live on YouTube is when I'm doing my cooking, which is twice a week. So I need to post more and do more lives on here. And I will say, my page, my second page, Elizabeth's Life, has more followers than this page. Why? I don't know. Because I've had this page longer. I've had this page since the beginning. But, before I became a content creator, everybody would ask to be my friend because I don't think they had the option to follow, just be friends. But once I became a content creator, then I started getting followers. And I've asked everybody, if you're following me on this page, but you're not following me on Elizabeth's Life, could you please go over there and follow me as well? I would greatly appreciate it. And, I tell people on Elizabeth's Life the same thing. If you're following me there and you're not following me here, please follow me here. Okay? Because I do have some people I noticed that are following me on both pages. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I'm supposed to stir this so it doesn't stick. And it has started to stick. Not a lot, but a little bit. I totally forgot that. Don't forget, guys, every few minutes to stir. Okay? Alrighty? Don't make my mistake. But anyways, yeah, so on my Elizabeth's Life page, the last time I saw, I had like 1,200 and something followers. On this page, I have 1,000, I think it's 1,100 something. Not quite 1,200. Now, that is a lot better than what I had when I started, okay? Both pages got over 1,000 followers. But most people who've been doing this for almost 3 years probably have 5, 10, 20,000 followers. And if not 20,000 followers, at least like 5 or 10,000. I don't even have 2,300. I have 2,200 and about 2,100 here. So it'll say 2.2K followers. And here it says 2.1. But which could mean 2,100 something or 2,200 something. So, and it won't change to like 2.2K or 2.3K until it gets to 2,300 or 2,200 or whatever. But I've been trying. And then have all the people I've got on this page, I've got 1,000. I want to say 2,000. It's 1,200, I think, or 1,100. Well, whatever it is, That's enough people. I don't even have 10% of that. 10% of 1,000 is 100. I can't even get 100 people to comment, like, watch my lives, and all that. I've got some people that will, and I've got some regulars who will come on once in a while. But shouldn't I have more? Being I have over 1,000 followers? You would think so, but no. I mean, shoot, it needed more liquid. I'm going to taste it, and if the noodles are not quite done, I'm going to add a little more water before I... No. It's not. The noodles are hard. They're 100% not hard as when you put them in there, but so they need to cook a few more minutes. So I'm gonna give them 2 minutes because that'll be it says 10 to 12, and then we'll see again. And if not, because sometimes I will tell you, I've noticed that if you don't have enough liquid, the noodles won't cook right, because especially the ones on top, they'll be all hard, while the ones on the bottom will be all soft. So let's let this do its thing. Okay? But that's why I try to stand at an angle right here so I can turn my head and see both Facebook and YouTube. Because if I stand like this, like I sometimes do, I'll forget, and then YouTube won't see my face. But anyways, so that being said, with that, I'm getting sad because I've been doing this for almost 3 years and I haven't gotten anywhere. Granted, the $5 or $6 that I get is more than the zero that I got before, but it's so low that sometimes I don't even realize it has posted to my account. So, I don't know. So, I'm just asking, please, could I get more of my followers to come on here? And if not, if you have time, even if you only spend 10 minutes watching my live and watch the rest later or not, but 10 minutes is something, or if you can't watch it, come and watch the replay. Watching the replay helps too. Click the heart button, share my live. Yes, share it so other people can see it, and that helps when you share. And if you happen to come across on either page my positive word of the day, whether or not it's the page that I originally did it or the page and you see it's been shared from my other page. Because the page that I don't do it on, I share it to that page, and then the next day I'll do that page and share it to the other page. But just share it because it helps me to make money. I've asked every positive word of the day reel that I make every day. At the end, I say, can you please share? Someone who might not otherwise see it might see it, and it might help their day. It might help turn their frown upside down. That's the main reason. And plus it will help me too, of course. But they might see it and it might turn their day around. I ask, and I know a few more people see it and nobody shares it. My husband will share once in a while. My friend Shannon will share sometimes. But I'm asking you guys to please share if you see my reel. And if you see my cooking live, please share that too. And if it's a day that I'm doing a crock pot, there'll be 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. Please share both parts. share part one first and then share part two so they can see both parts. I'm asking you. I've asked I don't know how many times. I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall because nobody does it. And when I beg and plead and ask and kind of go over it just like I am now, I'll probably get a couple of more shares than I normally do, and then it'll go back to being none. If I was watching somebody's live and they just ask, can you please share? All I do is hit the share, post, that's it, less than 30 seconds. You know? Less than 30 seconds to take to share. And if you start to watch and you don't have time to watch the whole thing, just share it anyways. Okay? I mean, so hopefully my talk has gotten through to somebody. And as far as the stars, I do appreciate stars. I know a lot of people are going through financial struggles, but just giving some stars, even if it's 10 stars. 10 stars will cost you 10 cents. Yes, I know you have to buy probably $1 worth or a couple of dollars worth, but, you know, I want to start trying to buy a bunch of stars and just have them in my stacked up so when somebody I like, or I like their post or I like their live, I'll give them a few stars. You know, 10 stars, 10 cents. You know? You know, I have one friend that will give me stars sometimes when she can because she's struggling. But just her, it doesn't do much. I'm just asking. I appreciate it if you do. All right, pasta's much better. And the reason I put my Cash App there is because I'm not getting paid by Facebook, and a lot of people do that. It just shows appreciation, though I know some of you do appreciate me, even if you can't, you know, help out. But it will go towards me creating more content, getting anything I need to make my life better, food, since food is part of my content, and stuff like that. So that's very appreciated as well. And if you'd like to look on my Amazon wish list, you can. I just put it there in case. Okay? So hopefully you've heard me. That's what I thought the last few times I said this. Hopefully you heard me and, you know, will help out. Because coming on here and watching me for just a little while, even if it's only 10 minutes, watching part of the replay, watching the actual live, whichever one you can do, giving me 10 cents in stars. Well, that costs a little money, but forgetting about the stars, sharing my reel of my positive word or my cooking live, that costs you nothing. It's free. Helping people to make money, even if you can't give them stars or send money to their Cash App, sharing, commenting, liking, interacting, all that's free. That's saying if you're going to follow them, help them by interacting. I know some people have 10 to 20,000 and it's so hard to interact with everybody. If you have like 20,000 followers, you can't interact with all 20,000 because you don't remember them all. But if you want, you can take like 10 to 20 of them and interact for a while and then go to another 10 to 20 or whatever. But mostly the real popular people, the ones that got the high followers and are getting brand deals and just the really, really popular ones, they normally don't follow back all their followers. They have 20,000. They don't follow back all 20,000. They follow back just some of them. I've noticed that. So, yeah. So, that's that. So, hopefully, you will have listened to what I said and understood. Okay? Now, this is the point where you take it off, turn it off, take it off the burner. If you want to sprinkle a little bit of cheese, which I'm going to, I should have left it out. I forgot. You don't have to, it doesn't say to. But if you want to sprinkle a little bit around the top, go ahead. Just a little extra. Okay? Go ahead. Okay? That's fine. I dropped some cheese. Let me get it all picked up. Then I'm going to sprinkle some parsley on there for garnish. And then I will take a picture and then I will show you guys what it looks like. Okay? Alrighty. So there we go. So let's do this. Okay? Okay. Let's show it to you, Facebook. Oh, I pushed a comment there. There we go. Looking yummy. All right, let's refresh and see if anybody else has commented or come on. All right, YouTube, here you go. And I know I forgot to make a post about the chicken noodle soup with the picture. I realized today that I forgot. So what I'm going to do is when I post this, I'm going to post a picture of the chicken noodle soup as well. Okay? Okay, nobody else has commented. Sometimes I'll do it twice in a row, just in case. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this live the way I end all lives. I should have made some of the bread. I'll show you. I had this with the chicken noodle soup on Saturday. It's so good. All I have to do is butter it and put it in the toaster oven between 350 and 375 for 5 minutes. I butter it and then put it in there, which I'm good. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. But I'm going to bring it over here. Well, I was about to put it on the stove. Okay. I'm going to get the butter out. And I'm going to do my ending. While I'm buttering the bread. But first, I am going to take a bite because I forgot I got to taste it for you. But let's see. Let's do this. Get a bite of this. Okay, see? All right, ready? That was so good. 2 thumbs up. All right, that's the dance saying. Yes, it's good. Okay? That's delicious. Get down. Jazzy, try and get up here. Stay down. Okay. So, All right, so let's do the ending while I butter the bread. We usually do 3 a piece because they're not huge, but I'm going to do just all of them because it'll be 2 small, tiny pieces left. And my dogs love the bread too. What'd I do? Oh, okay. All right, guys, I'm just laying the bread out. Put the little pieces right here. All right, let me get it. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this live the way I always do. I appreciate whoever came on, which I thank you, me. If you see this, I appreciate you for coming on. What happened to your friend or your roommate? Is she still there? She said she would try to watch sometimes. Well, I never see her on. Or at least not on one of y'all, from one of y'all's. But anyways. Okay. And I appreciate anybody who will come on later and watch the replay. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate that. Because that helps as well, even if it's the replay. But remember to please share, share, share. Okay? And share, share, share my morning positive word of the day or my afternoon positive word of the day, whichever time I get it done. It's greatly appreciated, and stars are greatly appreciated. Just letting you know, anything is greatly appreciated. But anyways, I thank y'all, and I want y'all to stay positive, do your thing, keep working on yourself where you go, keep doing your thing. And I want you guys to know that I love you very much. And I want y'all to have a good rest of your evening. And let's get a good night's sleep and be ready for Tuesday. And this is a short week for a lot of people. You know, if you're off Thursday and Friday. Some people are off just Thursday, but got to go back Friday. Like when I used to work for a company when I lived in Virginia, we would be off Thursday for Thanksgiving because the government's closed anyway. Because we were contracted for the government. So we would be off on Thursday, but we'd have to come back. Well, we'd have to come back on Friday. Some people have Thursday and Friday off. Some people have to work Thursday still, depending their job. And it doesn't mean policemen, firemen, doctors, nurses, and all that is the only ones. There's people that don't have that, like, life-saving kind of job, and they still got to go to work. My husband does. Because the buses still run, I think, on Thanksgiving around here. So, got to have them go in so they can clean the buses and stuff like that. Yeah, when Christmas comes, everybody will get off either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. One or the other. But if you're already off on a Wednesday or Thursday, then you're like my husband. He's off. When the new schedule starts, he'll be off Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. He's off Christmas Eve because he's off on Wednesdays, so that's going to be his day. Some people celebrate and have a meal on Christmas Eve. So, yeah. Just have a good evening. Good night's sleep. And remember, I love you guys. And take care. Bye, YouTube.